Governor Dom Emmanuel commends State Command of Nigeria Police for reduced crime rates, condemns incessant transfer of personnel. NAFEST 2016 ends in Uyo with Bayelsa State contingent lifting overall winner trophy. Hard work, commitment, trust in God identified as prerequisite for prosperity. Details shortly. Good morning and welcome to AKBC 45 News at dawn. I am Blessing Isonyo. Governor Dom Emmanuel has said that incessant transfer of its personnel by the Nigerian police is one of the factors militating against policing in Nigeria. Mr. Dom Emmanuel made the identification when he received the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 6, Mr. Abubakar Marafa, in his office. Government House Bureau Chief Colonel Edem Efreti reports that Mr. Marafa was accompanied on the courtesy call by ranking officers of the police in the zone, which comprises Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ebonyi, and River State. That report is presented in our studios.
Governor Dom Emmanuel, who frowned at incessant postings and movement of men of the Nigeria Police, said officers needed to spend reasonable time at a given location to understand the terrain and build intelligence to curb crime in the area. While advocating an appreciable stay period for officers, the governor advised that officers who have been in the state for more than 10 years, especially indigenous, should be posted to new environments to gain new experiences. Mr. Dom Emmanuel, who noted the motivational approach of the Assistant Inspector General towards its men, said such was necessary to boost the morale of the officers. Pledging continuous support of his administration to the police, the governor thanked Mr. Marafa for the visit, even as he appreciated the State Commissioner of Police for his dedication to fight crime in the state.
Let me also reassure you that the issue of manpower is addressed. I'm sure by God's grace, the IG will also visit the state. Because this is also a very strategic step in this country. There's no how anybody in Nigeria can ignore private state. You know how private state Nigeria from this. The police force is funded from here, army is funded from here. So it's a very strategic step in this country.
Speaking earlier, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 6, Mr. Abubakar Marafa, said he was in the state on a familiarization visit and to intimate the governor on his resumption to serve in the zone. Mr. Marafa, who appreciated the governor for the support so far given the police, called for continuous cooperation from the people to enable the police do better.
It is you. We are people, the good people of Akwa Ibom State, we give our support and cooperation in terms of information, intelligence level, the level of the peace.
The 29th National Festival of Art and Culture, NAFEST, hosted in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, has ended with Bayelsa State clinching the first position and Akwa Ibom emerging second overall winners. The week-long event, which had as its theme exploring the gold mine investments in Nigeria's creative industry, had 17 states of the Federation and the FCT competing for prizes in different categories. The report is here presented.
By politics and confusion, I wish we had several waters.
That colorful march past by contingents from the 17 participating states and the Federal Capital Territory set the tone on the closing ceremony of the NAFEST 2016, which took place at the Uyo Township Stadium. This was followed by performances by artists and cultural troops such as Akilo, Shadrach Ice, Ima Solution, Rock Nana, among others. Speaking, the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, said culture would be a major source of income to Nigeria if properly enhanced. Represented by the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Otueko Emmanuel Ibiok, the governor cited countries in the Caribbean that thrive majorly on entertainment and tourism, saying Nigeria, which is endowed with rich culture, had a chance to boost its economy from the sector. The governor called on creative artists to put in their best to improve the culture and tourism sector of the nation.
The theme of this year's event, exploring the gold mine inherent in Nigeria's creative industry, is very apt. Like other areas of growth in our country that have been abandoned because we have flush with the petrol naira.
Also speaking, the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who was represented by the Director General of National Council of Art and Culture, Mrs. Dayo Keshi, acknowledged the peaceful atmosphere and hospitality of Akwa Ibom people, which contributed to the successful hosting of the event. Alhaji Mohammed thanked Governor Udom Emmanuel for the support given the festival and challenged local producers on packaging their products to meet international standards.
Undoubtedly, the biggest achievement recorded at NAFED 2016 is that the festival has once again lived up to its original concept of uniting us as a nation.
The representative of the Director General, National Center of Arts and Culture, Mrs. Dayo Keshi, expressed satisfaction at the performances of the contingent, explaining that the festival, which first started as Unity Game in 1970, was a platform to showcase and protect the diverse culture of Nigeria. High points of the event were the presentation of certificates to participating states and awards to winners of various competitions during the festival. Some contingents expressed their satisfaction at the success of the event.
That was really colorful there. The Director General of Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, Pastor Native has advised the outgoing 2015 batch B corps members who served with the corporation to put their professional experience gained from staff of the corporation to practice in their future endeavors. Pastor Okpe was speaking at a send-off get-together organized for the corps members at the corporate headquarters of AKBC along Udo Udoma Avenue, Uyo. Eyakeno Paul reports.
Pastor Okpe said if youth acquire technical skills and be more serious with their academic works, unemployment in Nigeria will be brought to its barest. Pastor Okpe enjoined the corps members to be a pride to their parents, families, and the society by adding value to their lives and other people around them. He advised them to eschew unneeded arrogance, but imbibe etiquette such as saying please and thank you, which he noted will help them break barriers.
You cannot function as an island. Every day you should have a program of reading. It has been proven by research, academic research, that if you spend 1 hour every day reading, within 5 years you will be a leading authority in Nigeria or in your country, in your area of reading interest.
The Deputy Director of Administration in the corporation, Mr. Nefiong Banam, and the unionist, Pastor Emmanuel Yufogi, congratulated the outgoing corps members for completing their service year. The duo reminded the corps members of the expectations of the society, adding that only good character will speak for them.
They have been hearing about Akwa Ibom, but this has given them the opportunity to actually see that this is the best state in Nigeria. Everyone now believes that you are a graduate. So don't wait for that job which you have applied. Tell yourself, I am not unemployed.
Responding on behalf of the outgoing corps members, Mr. Fortune Ifeanyi thanked the Director General and staff of Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation for giving them enabling environment to serve, promising not to let the corporation down.
We've really been nurtured, we've really been taken care of, we've really been watered, and that water did not fall on rock. They really done something good to us, they transformed your life.
Also, the Director General of Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, Pastor Aneti Ukpe, played host to the General Manager of Akwa Ibom Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Ekero Watson, Elder Ifeanyi, who came on a courtesy visit to the Director General. At the event, Elder Ifeanyi told the Director General that they were in his office to intimate him of the International Hand Washing Day coming up on the 15th of this month.
The reason we are here is in connection with the forthcoming Global Hand Washing Day that is celebrated globally on the 15th of this month. Global Hand Washing Day is annual global advocacy dedicated to increase awareness and understanding about the importance of hand washing with soap.
The DG, in a response, said hand washing is a clarion call to everyone to avoid preventable death from diseases. He promised that the corporation will collaborate with the agency to create awareness on the positive effects of hand washing.
We are all for anything that will improve the quality of lives of our family. We partner with anybody who thinks well of the Bible state, and AKBC will willingly go along with any program that is in the interest, overall interest of our family.
According to the team, the 2016 International Hand Washing Day will have as its theme, Make Hand Washing a Habit. Iyageno Paul reporting.
When we return, former chairman of Nsadi Ibom Local Government Area Clubs 50, celebrated by family, friends and associates. Stay with us. Glad to have you back. Turning 50 years of age is assumed by many as a proof of mastery of wisdom, if truly life begins at 40, as it is said. The Golden Jubilee will also be a time to celebrate the beauty, the gift, and the blessings of an enduring life. This profound commemoration was marked by the former chairman of Nsadi Ibom Local Government and State Chairman, Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, Elder Joshua Asokwo, with a Thanksgiving at his country home, Ikonya, Nsadi Ibom Local Government Area. We all go, so I was there.
The Mount Zion Mission Incorporated, Ikonya, Nsadi Ibom Local Government Area, played host to family, friends, and political associates of Elder Joshua Asokwo, who converged in gratitude to God for granting him health and immense success as he marks his Golden Jubilee. In his exhortation titled, I Will Live and Declare the Works of the Lord, Pastor John Amos emphasized that only God could give, bless, and sustain life on earth. The clergyman noted that for success to be guaranteed, man must constantly trust and work with God. The friends of the celebrant, some of whom had attained 50 years of age, welcomed him to the fold, commended him for acknowledging God as the source of all good things, while wishing him more years of health, success, and prosperity.
Very important and wherever you find yourself, say for your Medina, do it to the best of your ability. Leave the rest to God. He will do it for you. Coming to church to say, God, thank you. I think that is very significant and unique. So I'm so happy to associate with him. I want to thank God that God has taken him this far.
The celebrant, who was flanked by his wife, said the Golden Jubilee was a period of sober reflection and an opportunity to improve upon every aspect of his life. He also used the opportunity to renew his marital commitment.
Let me use this period as a period of sober reflection. That in as much as I'm 50 years, I am now a new baby. Today we are renewing our marriage.
The service also featured a citation of Elder Joshua Sukwo by his son Godwin, as well as the cutting of the anniversary cake.
In the name of the Holy Spirit.
Uyoko Uswa reporting.
Congratulations, Elder Joshua Asokwa. According to a United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization release, this year's World Teachers' Day marks the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the 1966 ILO UNESCO recommendation concerning the status of teachers. It is also the first World Teachers' Day to be celebrated within the new Global Education 2030 agenda adopted by the world community 1 year ago. Augusta Isiene examines the need to value and improve the status of teachers.
For most people, October 5 is just a day to pay their teachers a little bit of extra gratitude for shaping their lives and minds and those of their children. Undoubtedly, teachers are some of the most important members of any society. According to the UNESCO, they help educate global citizens, and so they are global leaders. Thus, teachers have earned an international day called World Teachers' Day, during which their efforts are recognized and applauded. In the recent past, these intellectuals and their importance was not regarded. As a matter of fact, teaching was thought to be for those who could not get other jobs and resorted afterwards only to teaching. Yet, in the long past, teachers were heroes. They were revered, respected, and in some cases, demigods. They were looked up to and their views respected, and it was a thing of pride to be a teacher or to be a parent to a teacher and be called a car teacher or a wana teacher. How did this noble profession lose its prestige? How did it become an all-comers affair? What should be done to restore the glory?
We are the people that are supposed to celebrate teachers because they did a great job to this country. They did a great job to our local governments. Wherever that we become today, without teachers, we cannot become anything. So I want the government to go back to that foundation to show respect and also show kind to teachers because they did a great job for this country.
Well, thanks to the recent government policies on teachers' recruitment of placing right picks in right holes. The theme of this year's World Teachers' Day, valuing teachers, improving their status, is in consonance with the fundamental principles of 50-year-old recommendations on the need to support teachers as reflected in the Sustainable Development Goal, which pledges to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. It also highlights the fact that teachers are fundamental for qualitative education and as such must be adequately trained, recruited and remunerated, motivated and supported within well-resourced, efficient and effective system. However, in order to achieve this goal, it is necessary not only to substantiate, increase the supply of qualified teachers, but motivate them by valuing their work. Kudos to teachers who often face challenges of educating average, gifted or special needs children in the same classrooms. thanks to these regimes who have made professors leaders out of children from fractional or abusive backgrounds. Congratulations to these noble men and women who made you and I. Thank you for being a teacher. Augusta Essien reporting.
Hard work, commitment, sincerity, and trustworthiness have been identified as prerequisites for prosperity. The senior pastor of the Inside Bible Church, Dr. Silvanus Okafia, made this known in a sermon during the second Sunday service in October. Pastor Okafia mentioned that prayers without works cannot produce wealth or any other expectations. Yaganofo reports.
Dr. Silvanus Okafia said if everyone becomes an employer of labor, the society will be peaceful and a better place, devoid of criminal activities like armed robbery, kidnapping, and pickpockets. He advised those that indulge in activities to get rich quick without hard work to desist from such, challenging civil servants to put in their best at their duty post to justify their pay.
You have a PhD in computer engineering, and you don't know how to connect computer to the socket and even boot it. But some of you assume, and you do nothing. You wake up in the morning and you begin to pray. Money come. Money come.
Pastor Okafia also led prayers for the President of Nigeria, the nation, the state, the governor, and for the Christendom. For the congregants of the Apostolic Church Ikon Tuenoko, the second Sunday of October afforded them the opportunity to fulfill the scriptures in Psalm chapter 33 verses 1 to 3, which says, "Rejoice in the Lord, O ye righteous, for praise is comely for the upright." This they did by singing and dancing. At the All Grace Bible Church, Stadium Rail, Duyo, the General Overseer, Dr. D. Edentege, who preached on the faithfulness of God, charged the congregants to trust in God to fulfill His promises.
Whenever a Christian believes and yet they have not seen the blessing of what you
The founder of Solid Rock Kingdom Church, Apostle John Okoriko, who spoke on the foundation and the pillar of miracles, reminded the congregation of the need to be focused on Christ if they must succeed. Apostle Okoriko, who defined faith as a wonderful event occurring in physical but attributed to supernatural power, said faith is the only weapon a Christian needs to survive any condition. The service in churches featured choir ministrations. Yageno Paul reporting.
Sarah called for immediate and unconditional release of arrested judges to save the judiciary. Trump's remarks on women deflate Republican Party chances. Stay with Samuel Ayara on our national and international news segments.
The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has written President Muhammadu Buhari demanding the immediate and unconditional release of Nigerian judges arrested in the midnight of Saturday by operatives of the Department of State Services. The group, which also wrote the United Nations, threatened to take legal actions locally and internationally against the president if the arrested judges were not immediately freed. The group noted that if the development was allowed unchallenged, it would make judges susceptible to pressure from the executive and spell the final collapse of judiciary's independence. It stressed that without an independent judiciary, the concept of rule of law would be a mockery. A joint operation by the State Security Service and the police has led to the arrest of 2 army officers. allegedly responsible for the abduction of Margaret Emefiele, wife of the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. Musa Maidabara, a corporal attached to the 322 Artillery Regiment, and Edwin Judge of the 371 Artillery Regiment in Maiduguri were arrested in separate locations with cash and other material possessions. The suspects reportedly chased Mrs. Emefiele's security into the bush and took their victim to their den, where she stayed till morning of September 30th. And on the foreign scene, all does not seem well with the Republican Party, as many in the GOP are reeling from shock, revulsion, and utter confusion over their next line of action after a video on Friday showed Trump talking about women in crude and aggressive sexual terms. The fallout revealed a party in chaos, as dozens of Republicans either put their support for Trump or said his running mate Mike Pence should lead the ticket. Compounding his woes, Pence, his running mate, criticized Trump and cancelled a scheduled appearance in Wisconsin on behalf of the campaign on Saturday, even as Trump's wife, Melania, released a statement saying Trump's comments were offensive.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org. You can follow us on Twitter at AKBC45UU, on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That's our package for this morning. But before we go, another look at the top stories. Governor Udom Emmanuel has frowned at the incessant posting and movement of its personnel by the Nigerian police, which he says is one of the factors militating against policing in Nigeria. Mr. Udom Emmanuel made the assertion when he received the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 6, Mr. Abubakar Marafa, in his office. NAFRES 2016 has ended in Uyo with a call on creative artists to put in more effort to make the culture and tourism sector a beehive of economic activities. That was the news. Thank you for being a part of it, and do have a blessed day and blessing. Peace out.